Good morning to you all. Thank you very much for being here with us. And now, well, to be welcome to this small space, which is Chihuahua. We cordially welcome you, the Secretary of Economics and the State of Tourism and Trust at Chihuahua. Our privilege to invite you to listen to this presentation, Live It to Love It, Chihuahua. And actually, we feel very, very happy, very honored to have you here. And mostly the young people of Guerrero, we want to cordially welcome them, the mass media as well, because in a very kind fashion, they are always together with us. And sometimes, due to some reasons, we do not agree on something, but we always have the pleasure to have them since they support us well. We cordially welcome you because you are part of the promoters, the very important ones that make us public, internationally, nationally. And we cordially welcome you, distinguished guests, to be welcome. And now in the delegation, we have operators from the state of Chihuahua. We also have the people from Chihuahua Pacifico, El Chepe. They are here with us. And I think that you are here to enjoy our presentation and to with something a little bit different. Usually we have presented our destination, and this is why we now have a special guest, Martin Macaue, who is the national award winner in poetry. And now, Martin, well, will you please come all the way up to the front and let's give Martin Aroni and his wife, Torina Tuyori, a big round of applause. And they will be making the presentation about Chihuahua destination. Well, the Ramones are called the light fit people. They really travel long distances. And now we will be having Martin, and he will tell us a little bit more about his ethnia and to make this presentation. Okay, Martin, you have the floor in order to welcome the guests. Martin Macawi. Cuida is a greeting in Raramuri. You can say good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Thank you for being here with us. And thank you, sir, for this invitation you have always made in order for us to participate at this type of important events for our people, the people of Chihuahua. And thank you, friends, brothers, all of you, distinguished guests. Well, light fit or the running fit, as the gentleman who had the floor before me has said, this is the original name of our culture, of our Raramuri town, which is in Chihuahua. We walk, we run, and most of the time and most of the days, we are sitting our crops, maize, and farms. In our farms, we climb the mountains, we get up the mountains, we have the raven, we really go up the raven, and this is how we have lived for very many years since the times of our forefathers. Nowadays, we're still running, we are still walking, because this is the way we identify ourselves as part of this people. And we also see what's the value nature has, mostly spiritual communication. When walking, you're listening or you're interacting in such a way that you can feel this with the trees, the birds, the water, and the singing with the wholesome. So This is a way of getting identified as the Raramuri people. Well, we are going to offer to present our Raramuri music, and I will read some poetry to you. I've been requested by my peers. I am not the National Award of Poetry, however, I am a Raramuri writer. I write poetry, and I have been bestowed as a Raramuri, and I've got the inspiration, and I am able to tell the others by means of reading, so that today's children and youngsters will be able to read in their own language. This is what my wife and I do, what we try to do, so that young people will not be ashamed of speaking their native tongue, because this is the main root our culture, our people have. And we also sing because children, when singing, learn to value, because all these songs are the values of the cultural identity of the Ramoris, and we really convey the meaning of what a tree is, and we sing the Ramoris, and we sing to the world, we sing our music to the world. And of course, there are very many ways of communicating, and now with the mass media, well, we could consider it as God, because God is ubiquitous, and God listens to us, God sees us, and He's recording, and this is what's happening with technology. We're being recorded, and very quickly, everybody knows where you are, what you're doing, what is taking place. We are going to run a video. Here we have the longest tirolesa, the telepheric. Okay, now we will restart the video. Florinda is Martin's wife, and she's a very good singer, but now she will be here with Martin because, well, she has a hoarse throat, but we will be able to listen to the two of them. Now, just let's wait a little bit in order to have the video. To be welcome to Chihuahua, where we take you to beautiful places. We are in the Sierra Tarahumara. Please join us to visit it. We start with Ciudad Juarez. It is a city rich in history that has a vocation, a business vocation. 35 kilometers away to the south, we have the Samalayican Dunes, a beautiful desert of white sand that covers about 1,000 square kilometers. The capital of the state, the largest one in our country, has important museums that remind us about important events that took place here. We can highlight the country altars, Pancho Villa's museum, and this mansion. Ciudad Cuauhtémoc, known as the city of the three cultures. In Ciudad Cuauhtémoc, we have mestizos living together, Mennonites, and Ramoris as well. It is also known as the world capital of apples. Ciudad Parral, the old mining city where General Francisco Villa was born and died. It has a Villista tradition, a very important one, by the way, and it has a colonial architecture that goes back to 1600. Casas Grandes, Paquime. Paquime means the place where we have large houses. It is placed in the city that has its the same name, and it is part of World Heritage declared by UNESCO. El Chepe goes from Chihuahua to Los Mochis in Sinaloa. And on its route, it really traverses the Tarahumara mountain range. Krill is the gate that leads you to Sierra Tarahumara. Barrancas del Cobre is the most spectacular place of our state. It is a canyon 4 times larger in diameter than the large canyon, the Great Canyon in Colorado. Present, the Raven has this adventure park called Barrancas del Cobre, the Copper Ravens, that offers great fun to all of its visitors. We have the zip rider, which is the largest zip rider we have in the world. We have the teleferic. The seven zip rider jumps or leaps, and the Via Tarata. Tarahumaras are the soul, the spirit of our Sierra. What is Raramuri? Well, light fit, and we are known because we are great runners and excellent artists in Ciudad Madera. And this part of the mountain range has the settlements of the Anasazi culture. Now they are important ruins and they are an archaeological site. 40 houses, Ciudad Delicias, an agricultural city, renowned because of its cotton industry and the wine industry it has. Thank you very much for visiting us. And I want to invite you again to get to know this beautiful place, which is Chihuahua. You are more than welcome. How did you like it? How do you like Chihuahua? How do you like the Tarahumara mountain range? Because now we still go through this very difficult place in order to go to the Raven and then climb up again. Well, Raramales tour these places, and this is the identity we have. We are the light fit people. Thank you very much. Well, first and foremost, I am going to start with a poetry that reads as follows. When I go to my village, the wind is just that. The wind, water is just that, water. But when I dance on the ground, I really make the dust reason this is the flesh of my ancestors, the crystal water that runs through the ground is the blood of my mother, and the wind is the strength of my spirit. Next, we are going we are going to introduce my brother, my Raramuri colleague from Batavilla, Chihuahua, where we had the municipality, the very important municipality, where the first electric energy was sent several years ago, and this is really a support to Mexico. Ramon is a Raramuri, and it is called La Baja Tarahumara, and we are identified by our clothes. He has a different clothes, and well, this is a full attire. He will sing a song from his community, and we will see how he interprets Pascala music. Well, I just want to make a comment. The violin Ramon has was made by himself. These violins are Tarahumara violins, and they are the ones who craft to them. So let's listen to this Raramuri interpretation. Ramon, I do not know if could you tell us how much time, how long does it take to make your violin? Well, this type of violin takes about 19 days because it is custom made. I manufacture this type of violin. Well, this is precisely the Chihuahua culture, its people, its tradition, its ethnic. I think that it is one of the most important ethnies in Chihuahua. And for Chihuahua, this is an icon, and this is pride for Chihuahua. We will open the question for the Q&A period. If anybody would like to have a picture, Martin, will you please have a seat? Any questions from the audience?